How's it going, everybody? Machalo! How did a nearly universally disliked Gillette razor shaving commercial become a top 10 trending video on YouTube, gaining over 8.5 million views in one day? I have no idea. Maybe somebody can tell me down in the comments how the YouTube algorithm works. But I am going to assume you've already seen the commercial, so let's dive right into why people don't like it. On its face, the general message of the ad is completely fine. Treat others with respect. Everybody can get on board with that. But when you actually watch the ad, it comes across as much more condescending and belittling, depicting a reality that doesn't really exist of a world packed full of men acting out stereotypically toxic behavior, and then the ad goes on to call all men to action to change this fictional world into something better. My main gripe with this ad is, why is a razor company telling me how to act at all? It's a real beard scratcher for me. But two specific moments in this ad I personally found interesting, besides all these guys at the beginning who look like they just saw the monster in Bird Box. The first one is this lady in the executive board meeting. She's presumably just said something out loud during this meeting, and then the man leading the meeting condescendingly places a hand on her shoulder and tries to cover for whatever she just said. It's supposed to illustrate how women's voices are often silenced in male-dominated corporate settings, which is terrible. But we're given absolutely zero context beyond that. Like, what did she say? Was it a stupid idea that she shared? Maybe she said something really fucking stupid. Like, hey, I have an idea, let's start an ad campaign that aggressively criticizes our entire consumer base. And then this gentleman has to step in and try to cover for her shit idea. The second thing that I found interesting in this ad was this dude when he sees a pretty lady walk by and he decides to go ask her out, but he is immediately blocked by some random guy. Who is this guy? Are they friends? What's the context here? Maybe they do know each other and he's married and his buddy is just trying to stop him from making a big mistake. But without that context, we simply have a guy who looks physically in league with the girl who walked by, trying to initiate some standard courtship behavior. Is this wrong now? Because we have apps like Tinder and online dating sites, face-to-face old-fashioned courtship is no longer appropriate? That's a sign of toxic masculinity? That's literally sexual harassment? I mean, I would agree if it was this other guy who tried to start chasing after her, but he has a 100% chance of creeping this pretty lady out. The dude that they showed in the commercial, he looks fit as fuck. So those are my main takes on this commercial. But the main issue people seem to have generally with this ad is that it's a flagrant example of the double standard that the mainstream media appears to have when it comes to criticizing different identity groups. Had this ad taken a list of the most worst and most untrue stereotypes of women, false generalizations like gold digging, nagging, disloyalty, and then created a fictional world where all women were acting that way while simultaneously calling on women in the real world to stop acting that way, there would justifiably be a tremendous amount of backlash, because it would be a blatantly sexist and false illustration of women, just as this is a blatantly sexist and false illustration of men. So I'm glad to see the majority of people who watch this video dislike it. Hopefully the market will correct this error in advertising. Please let me know down in the comments if there was anything about this commercial that bothered you that I missed, or if you think this commercial was great and it's just a positive message. I want to hear about it. Thanks everybody for watching. If you liked this video, thumbs up, and if you hated it, well, thumbs down. And as always, please subscribe.